Hello, Daryl, Booby. I thought I'd do the same lesson for both of you, and you're only, what, 300 miles apart. I thought the idea today would be to switch the yin and yang of moves, and maybe of two moves. Some of it would be absurd, but some of it is important to us. The person that starts us out simply finds that he has to defend himself. He has to go back very dramatically. So let's let him go back, and let's say that he's going back from a Hong Kong movie kind of a rear mule or a three-pointer. That's where he is, and it's from there that he finds he has to go back. So here he goes, and he has to go back. Okay? That's the first of these. He could be working with a rear mule, but whatever he works with, we're asking him to go way back because something went completely wrong, or he has another enemy. Just for therapy then, I'm not going to take the kick because I think it'd be stupid, but I think it's to our advantage to use that to see if we can't massage. So we would be going just to see if we can warm up that way. Can we do it with a dart? You might want to do that a few times and then let your eyes get back into focus. The pressure that he's under comes from a guy who avoided the attack by stepping back, and the next thing you know, he's throwing bolo. So let's use bolo as another warm-up and massage. Using the, I'm going to go back and forth so as to make it easier on my skeleton, okay? First, totally unloading one arm. Then see if you can unload it more. And unload it even more. Totally unloaded. Totally unloaded. Completely empty. Totally unloaded. And unloaded somewhat more even. And more. Now, I would do that a little while longer. And now, I'd like to speed it up. And when I think I've kicked it to as high a gear as feels right for my shoulder girdle, I'm going to unload it again, so that I'm never kicking up without first coming back. So, working two-sided again, completely unloaded, and then speeding up some. This is as high as I'm going to kick it in. And then unload it again. The other side, unload it. And kick it in some. Then unload it again. And see if we can't kick it in just a little bit more. And unload it. And kick it in a little bit more. And unload it again. Maybe even more. Do that as long as you feel like. And we better go the other way. I think it's a good idea to do the other part of bolo as the other part of the therapy. And again, completely unloaded. And unload it more. And a little bit more. And more. See what we can do. Coming up now. Until you come up to a speed that won't make your shoulder feel that it's being brutalized. Do it for maximum massage. So now we have two characters. One who is very conservative and for some reason or other goes way back, steps way back into 4 points. He's probably missed some kind of an attack and he's making a long retreat. Formally, we're asking for a turnaround. Informally, we may well be dealing with this. The other dude has just defended and comes in with his bow. Okay? Well, the original person that went back very conservatively to 4 points is now going to boink back in again with a leading arm. The former move is standing whip. So you can see where somebody, we're not going to make a long standing whip. Let's just go downstairs and up we go, okay? So we have somebody then drifting down, and then going into standing whip. And let's do that, make it nice for the legs and get a nice massage out of it. Probably unload the other way too now. And then see if we can speed it up just a little bit. So we go down. Not so that it jars your back, but enough so it becomes decent massage. So we have a retreat and then an attack. And the person who just threw that bolo suddenly does this very sophisticated clouds. And let's do that the easy way first, okay? Bolo's finished. Clouds. Clouds. So here comes the standing whip. Bolo is finished. Bolo is finished. Just to be thorough, let's do that with the back foot stepping. So right hand came in, and instead of stepping a more convenient this way, we're going to step that way. Because if the traffic may be coming this way. So if traffic is coming from there, we have to take that very hand that did bolo, and it has to make do. So we have one person counterattacking, which is good for us, our little study, and the other from an attack going into a defense. The moment this person gets through with standing whip, they fire the same leading hand again, which is sort of nice. So up they went. So we can do a nice job, both for that leading hand and the standing whip part, and the fist if you want, by massaging that way. Make it very soft because we didn't do that good. We got a little rough with that bolo, so it makes it very soft. The hand has no opinion. It could be whatever. Unload it more. Unload it, unload it, unload it. Unload even, it's so faster. Unload it. Good massage for the shoulder. Unload it, unload it. And now, let's speed it up just a little bit to get better massage a little bit. Pick it up. Unload it. Pick it up. Again, up. And finally, let's keep it up. The other person, on the other hand, simply steps back. He's got a very sophisticated defensive thing. So, stepping back might be an interesting study. You can get a massage out of it. So let's do that. All right. Stepping back, I think, can be a real nice massage. You know, see which part of your hip joint you can. Be sure to go both ways. Don't just go one side. What can you massage and in which direction? So, we now have one person doing an ultimately yin move from some kind of an attack where he really needs to get back fast and soft and a long way apparently. So back he goes, only to boink up completely young and then come right out of that recovery and send that arm out again. The other person starts completely young, whammo! Only to find that he has to do one of the really important, fast defensive moves, and then from there, he's got to step back. Otherwise, he'll pick up that second shot. So we can unload the first movement and see how much it can be unloaded. Want to stop it? Okay. See how much we can unload the retreating move of this first dude who we're trying to teach. He makes some kind of attack and he must completely soften, completely be soft down here, because God knows what will happen. Now this training now has us completely changed so that we really explode out of that completely soft retreat and really explode into the first standing whip. So I think it's to our advantage to deliberately overdo that and therefore slow it down in order to be able to do it. So let's say I really see if I can't get softer. Could I get maybe a little softer in my retreat? Or even softer? And then could I completely change without it costing me too much time? And could I again bang in the next shot? So both shots are fairly explosive and are really loaded. Unloaded. And this other dude, could he completely explode into that first move? No. More so even. Could he explode more into it? But then, how quickly can he break into a completely soft defensive move as this guy comes at him? So could he, starting here, he's just loaded completely. Can he now, forget the balance problems, I don't want to get it. But let's just make it, let's say he didn't reach out real far, so he's not on the wrong foot. Now, can he now, how soft can he get? How unloaded can he make it? And then, how soft can he stay? You know, so that he can get some speed out of that. See whether you can contrast those. Whether you can contrast the total loaded of the attacks and the total empty, like a balloon, of the defenses. Then let's turn them around. Let's say that the first move had to be defensive. I'm not about to turn a backward move into an attack here, but let's say that the standing whip is also defensive. Where in our first little study, the standing whip gave us the problem of really exploding as quickly as we could as a counter. Now we're not doing that at all. We're going down soft and again soft. See how soft we can stay. And then it might be interesting to go from this very, very soft retreat to this very soft retreat. And then see if we can really change texture. So some very soft to very soft. And now we're going to have to bang in a nice hard leading hand. So very soft, very soft. Ooh. And on the other hand, this other dude, who it might be fun in the training of this next group to have that bolo be a defensive move. So he had to retreat, and by golly, he had to use that bolo as soft as he could. But now, his clouds trailing becomes an attack. We've talked about this before. Forget the bolo for a minute. I want to make life real simple. Clouds trailing is really most important to us as a very flat thing in case things are coming down the center. But it's also a really nice attack if you just go oblique to the front just a little bit. So can you see this dude having to defend here and suddenly play with clouds trailing as an attack? Here he goes. Woo! And usually we come back down the center. Could he also, well, he's next going to step back, so we can't very well make that an attack. We have then some interesting things to do with our main idea, which was, can we make the yin softer, more defensive, emptier, and at the same time faster? It's easy enough to become very empty and slow down. And can we make a transition to slamming in that standing whip and then continuing to slam in with the same hand the leading, just plow on in. On the other hand, can we go very soft on the way down and then very soft standing whip, stepping out and using this traffic to defend yourself, and then bang in the same hand as a countering hand. For the other little drill, it might be interesting to step back and then have that bolo be a second and important defensive thing, so we can completely unload it. And then we would again have to step back. So the second drill would have a stepping back, unloading, and stepping back again. That gives us a chance to reverse yin and yang functions without making the whole thing ridiculous. So let's work on that for a while. Easy on that massage. Obviously, you can see me getting just a little heavy on my shoulders, so use your judgment.